You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, if you're like many of us, and you've went way out of your way to try to avoid giving ESPN any more screen time from your eyes, viewing time as possible, like I have, this is horrific news. Now, we knew that they were working on some kind of a deal involving NFL Red Zone, okay, and NFL media. That includes NFL Network. ESPN was trying to purchase NFL media. And now that I'm seeing the specifics, and this deal is very close to happening now. In fact, it's probably going to happen. Like this is starting to come out. They've now made the owners aware of a potential special vote meeting that's going to come up involving this. I know that ESPN and the NFL have been talking about this since it's probably been at least a year. And the fact is, there's been a lot of changes at NFL Network, right? No more total access. A lot of their studio shows have disappeared. NFL doesn't want to spend money on it anymore. All right. Now, Red Zone is part of this, and I am a massive Red Zone fan. I've had it since the very first year it came out, which was I think it might have been 12 or 15 years ago. It's been a long, long time, and I enjoy it. I usually buy it as an add-on or a standalone around $8 to $12 or something like that a year, or a month is usually what it costs, a month. But the way it looks like ESPN is going to handle this sounds disastrous. It does. I just cringe. So here we go. Now, according to sources, this is the New York Times / The Athletic. Now, according to sources briefed on negotiations, ESPN and the NFL are inside the 5-yard line on another groundbreaking deal for ESPN to acquire NFL media, the arm of the league that focuses on content and runs NFL Network. The deal, though different from the way the league and all sports networks deepened their ties in 1987, comes as ESPN makes its programming available in a direct-to-consumer product this fall. Okay. They're bringing on this standalone streaming service. ESPN is. It's going to be $30 a freaking month. Okay? ESPN is hyping up this upcoming iteration as, quote, the next era at a price of $29.99 per month. While a contract between ESPN and the NFL is not signed, the two sides have been closing in on talks that began 4 years ago. I made the first video on it, I know, sometime more than a year ago, so they've been talking about this, I guess, on the down low for 4 years. It heated up a little more than a year and a half ago. Okay, that's when I first made a video on it. And now are the closest they've ever been, with the league even informing its owners they may be needed for a vote on it early next month, as reported by Sports Business Journal. Until the deal is across the goal line, it's not done, and the minute details which are the side are said to be working on round-the-clock matter. All that said, it's a big deal. The NFL and ESPN have declined to comment. In 1987, ESPN used NFL games as a battering ram to increase fees it charged cable subscribers. By 2011, that once little network was in 100 million homes. It called itself the worldwide leader in sports, and it wasn't wrong. Today, still strong but diminished, ESPN charges more than $10 per month for its services, But with the digital revolution, the rise of Netflix and other streaming options that resulted in just 65.3 million homes receiving ESPN through cable, satellite, and services like YouTube TV and Fubo, according to Nielsen. Wow. They've lost 35 million homes. ESPN wants to maintain as many of the viewers as it can. Those subscribers will be able to have access to ESPN in its traditional format while adding the ability to log on to new and improved direct-to-consumer app launching soon. That leads us back to the NFL. The NFL has tried for years to unload many of its media assets, including NFL Media, which operates NFL Network and Red Zone channel, and there is optimism it will finally happen. The league has had some success with in-house creations, but in a media ecosystem that is more scattered, it may finally be ready to let someone else manage for them for a pretty penny, of course. The exact amount of money or equity that Disney and ESPN would pay is not yet known, but it is enormous. There's expected to be a regulatory period that will need approval before anything goes into effect. The process may take 9 months, give or take. So, it sounds to me like this won't affect this football season, hopefully. But what happens next year? What could be in the deal is the Red Zone Channel, NFL Network, and 7 regular season games that are on NFL Network, enhanced betting, and fantasy league possibilities. That's how they're going to get people to buy this freaking ESPN app. The moment you put live games and Red Zone in that app, people are going to go get it, unfortunately. The Red Zone is a Sunday afternoon show that takes viewers inside all stadiums when teams are threatening to score. I cannot imagine watching on Sundays without it, to be honest. I've had it for so long, and it's so entertaining. I mean, that what they call the witching hour, which is the last hour of the first set of games, it's the best hour of television, in my opinion, in existence. I mean, it's just all over from game to game to game that are all within one score. And it is, if you like NFL, I mean, it's like NFL meth. I mean, seriously, it is that good. The NFL Network under ESPN would likely be enhanced. ESPN's main channels would still feature the NFL a lot of the time, but the devoted network would be on 24/7. The NFL Network has seen years of layoffs and downsizing, while ESPN will likely take advantage of overlapping jobs to cut costs. It would also want to make NFL Network even more of a must-watch. Wow, that's crazy. So, it sounds to me like, and a lot of people wondered, because this app was coming. I remember Clay Travis, when it first came out that this thing was going to be $29.99. He did a poll, and I mean, it had, I don't know how many thousands of respondents. May have been over 50,000. 97% said they would not be getting this ESPN app. Okay. However, the moment you put NFL Network, and more specifically NFL Red Zone, and 7 NFL games inside that app, you probably just increase the chances of it getting subscribed to greatly. All right? Because people that love Red Zone, I mean, I don't know if they're going to be willing to spend that. I mean, hell, now I've got a dedicated football channel. And for somebody like me that talks sports, Red Zone is a godsend because I see all the most important things happen live at the time. To be honest with you, I've had real-time videos spawn right out of seeing something I caught on Red Zone about a team that I would not have seen it happen to if I was watching the local feed of the Cowboys or the Houston Texans. It's a great alternative, in my opinion, to NFL Sunday Ticket, really and truly. You know? And I've gotten so accustomed to not wanting to just watch one game. I want to, if a game sucks, I'm glad they're kind of pulling it off of there and taking me to see, it's for me, my favorite team's the Niners, but I also like the Patriots. So I get to see both teams in action if they're on at the same time. They'll go back and forth at the most important moments of the game. I'm good with that. Good Lord. This is like the worst thing ever for people trying to get away from ESPN. And people that love Red Zone, honestly, my gut feeling is a lot of people are going to reject this, Red Zone or not. They're going to be like, you know what? I love Red Zone, but bleep it. I'm not paying for that. And I don't blame them. Hell, John Matrix just literally subscribed to NFL Media to get Red Zone, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. That's $11.99 a month, and Red Zone's part of it. So now they're going to throw this into that app, and it's going to be $29.99 for all of it. And then it'll go up every year from there. So much for streaming was going to be cheaper than cable or satellite. Not no more at all. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Before we jump in, make sure you go to our merch store, our Make Basketball Great Again shirt, and our newest shirt that just came out. Both shirts are brand new. The American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. And use promo code CC22 for 20% off.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.